The system is rigged, a game that's got to stop. GameStop stock soars, but hedge funds drag it down. They short it with massive money, a complete shakedown. The little guy, suppressed and silenced, watches as his dreams turn to dust. There's a rhyme to this reason, a method to the madness. They halt the opportunity, freeze the screens, and kill the momentum, all to protect their billions, to grow their wealth sixfold. The market's under their control, a puppet show where they pull all the strings. Insider trading runs rampant, a cancer spreading through Wall Street's veins. Company executives dance to their tune, manipulated like puppeteers. It's complete havoc, a storm of corruption that leaves the average investor reeling. The little guys shake their heads, staring at their accounts in disbelief. Powerless, they watch as their hard-earned cash evaporates into thin air. But in the shadows of those towering skyscrapers, something's brewing. A spark of defiance, ready to ignite. Enough was enough. The threats, the manipulation, the blatant disregard for fairness, it all reached a boiling point. And in the depths of the internet, an army began to form. They called themselves WallStreetBets, a band of strangers united by a common enemy. This wasn't just about making money anymore, this was about sending a message. David versus Goliath, but this time, David wasn't alone. Thousands, no, millions stood together, pooling their resources in a show of defiance. They bought heavily shorted stocks, creating hedge fund blunders that sent shockwaves through Wall Street. It wasn't just buying stock, it was buying rebellion. With every share purchased, they drove a nail into the coffin of the status quo. Finally, they were sticking it to the man. It had been long overdue, a moment of reckoning that many thought would never come. But they found a way, didn't they? A way to put a wrench in the machine, a big screw right in the gears of this rigged system. Suddenly, the giant stumbled. Hedge funds bled billions, their invincibility shattered like glass. Impossible, they cried. Unstoppable, they had thought. But the little guy, for once, was winning. The everyday investor wasn't the prey anymore. They were the predator. It was a temporary win, a fleeting moment of triumph. But oh, what a moment it was. For the first time in decades, Wall Street felt fear, real, palpable fear that their house of cards might come tumbling down. But the wealthy don't lose quietly. Billionaires don't go down without rewriting the rules of the game. The hedge funds regrouped, collaborating with each other in a desperate bid to regain control. Slowly but surely, they began to milk the little guy dry once again. Then the brakes slammed. Brokerage apps froze trades. Opportunities evaporated into thin air. The system that had always favored the rich showed its true colors once more. When the wealthy lose, they change the game. They erect new ceilings, build new walls, and forge new shackles, all under the guise of new regulation. Where we go from here, I do not know. I'm sure the wealthy will add more rules, more obstacles to put a ceiling over the little guy's growth. They'll try to ensure this never happens again, to lock the door and throw away the key. But something has changed. Goliath has been shaken, and the point has been taken. It may be game, set, match for now, but this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Because now we know there's strength in numbers, power in unity. This isn't just about stocks anymore. It's a revolution. A wake-up call to the world that the little guy won't stay silent forever. That when we stand together, we can move mountains. We can change the game. And if we had a rematch, well, the little guy might just break the system, not just shake it. We've tasted victory, felt the rush of taking on the giants and winning. That's not something you forget easily. So let them add their regulations. Let them try to silence us. Because we've seen what's possible when we unite. We've glimpsed a future where the playing field is level, where David has a fighting chance against Goliath. This battle may be over, but the war, it's just beginning. We'll come armed with the understanding that together, we are unstoppable. Remember this moment. Remember how it felt to watch the mighty fall, even if just for a moment. Because that feeling, that rush of empowerment, that's the fuel that'll drive us forward. That's what'll keep us fighting, keep us pushing for a fairer system. So let them celebrate their victory. Let them think they've put this genie back in the bottle. But mark my words, this is far from over. We may have lost the battle, but we've ignited a war against corruption, against manipulation, against a system that's been rigged for far too long. And in this war, we've got the ultimate weapon, each other. So keep your head high, fellow rebels. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. The next chapter in this story is yet to be written, and this time, we'll be the ones holding the pen. We'll write our own destiny, create our own opportunities. This is more than just a battle over stocks. It's a fight for fairness, for equality, for a system that works for everyone, not just the privileged few. And it's a fight we're going to win, no matter how long it takes. So hold your head high, Wall Street Bets. Hold it high, all you little guys out there. Because you've shown the world what's possible. You've proven that David can still take on Goliath and come out on top, and that's something they can never take away from us. The game isn't over. It's just changing, and this time, we're the ones making the rules. So get ready, Wall Street. The little guys are coming, and we're not backing down, not now, not ever. Because we've seen what we can do when we stand together, and that's a power that can't be stopped. This is our moment, our time to rise. And rise we will, higher than they ever thought possible. Because we're not just investors anymore. We're revolutionaries, and revolutions, they change the world. So buckle up, Wall Street. The storm is coming, and this time, we're bringing the thunder.